vacation, make sure you got that cheddar and make sure your partner have that money up front. Don't wait till you get to the hotel because people gonna play with your money. People gonna play with your money and be like,
if I call you my brother, then I mean that shit my brother. I'ma keep that in my heart and I don't switch up for another. I just hope you understand what I mean. Hustle and motivate, get up and chase your dreams. Niggas running through the back, so let them find that stash spot. Make a little bread.
hey guys, it's the Martin twins. Hey, it's the Martin twins. Hey, it's the Martin twins. Hey, it's Breya L.money123. How y'all doing today? You see, I got my hair done for you guys. I hope you guys like it. Okay, so today's story time is about my first vacation gone wrong. Okay, so what I'm gonna start with first. You know, I'm gonna start it anyway. Okay, cool. This was around, I'm not gonna tell you exactly when, but alright, it was last summer. I had this little boyfriend or whatever. We're gonna name him Jeremy. And so it was like I was trying to do something special for him. He was graduating and I was like, you know what? Let's just go on a vacation. Because you know what? Like, at the end of the day, like, I wanted to turn up, tired of working, and I mean, and it was a special event. We're chopping it up. We're talking about the trip. And when we go to the trip, this is in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So I'm trying to book the flight. At first I wanted to go to Santa Monica or San Diego, whatever. But, you know, it was kind of expensive and I was being very cheap. And I was like, you know what, let me just see what I just searched a few places and I was like, oh, Myrtle Beach is pretty fun and it's inexpensive. So I picked that one. I was like, okay, like, let's go there and let's see how it goes. Alright, so I booked the flight. I'm very frugal, guys. Like, I'm very frugal. So I'm like, oh, this flight like $200, like back and forth. Alright, cool. Mind you, this is my first flight ever. I've never been on a plane a day in my life. But I'm like, you know what? I'm about to go and I'm about to book this flight. Me and my boo. So, you know, we booked the flight. I'm doing everything like I'm the manager or whatever. Like, come on. Like, he ain't had no input, nothing. So I said, just make sure you got your half. Make sure you got your cash. Because I ain't paying for everything. Ain't nobody sugar mama. So anyways, okay, so I paid for my thing. I didn't know that flights come with so many different expenses. Carry-on fees and, what else? You gotta pay for your seat from back and forth. Like, dang, like, why so much? But anyways, so we land. Then I'm trying to book a hotel. Mind you, last year I'm 20 years old. This is for my 21st birthday. I am 20 years old. He is 20 years old. Okay, why are they telling me I didn't read the fine print. You guys, you have to read the fine print because if you don't, it's gonna mess you up. So I didn't read that, and I booked the hotel $400. You know, I was on every Expedia, Hotel.com. I was really looking for them discounts. Like, I don't play when it comes out of my discounts. I want to get it for cheap. So anyways, we go there. I'm searching it up. I'm like, oh, $400 for like 3 nights? Alright, cool. $479. Alright, cool. Tell me why that thing said you had to be 21 years of age or older. And if you have somebody who's younger than you, that's like 20 as well, they have to be 25.
What number comes between 2 and 4? Beetlejuice.
25. 25? So I lost out on money there. I'm like, wait a minute. And I booked it. I didn't even know that. Like, I'm like, yo, how did I not read that? I'm calling the bank. I'm like, yo, can I have my money back? They're like, yeah, you get your money back.
Where's my money? Red Top gave you the package. You're supposed to hand me my money.
Guess what they did with my money? They took my money. They gave my money back. And then, a few weeks later, they took my money right back. And so I lost out on almost $500 right there. Okay, cool. Then we go to this most unknown airport in the history of unknown airports. Something called like Frontier or something. We had to go deep in Long Island just to get to this airport. And I'm like, yo, like, really? Like, why so far? Like, I've never heard of this place. But they're, alright, cool. Like, we got on our flight. We enjoyed ourselves, whatever. Alright, so we get there. We're at the, we're trying to, from the airport, we're trying to like get to the place. But my Ubers don't work. Like my Ubers legit don't work. Like the Lyft, I don't have Uber anyway because it doesn't work on my phone. The Lyft's not working on my phone. So I'm like, how are we gonna get to like the airport? How are we gonna get to our hotel? And he's like, okay, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use my app. I'm gonna use my credit card. I'm like, type embarrassed. I'm like, dang, like I can't even use no Uber. But he had to use the Uber entire time. So I'm like, all right, you know what? If you do the Ubers, I pay for the food. Alright, so we did that. And then we get to the hotel. We hungry. So we buy food. I'm thinking the pizza is cheap. Tell me why the pizza came to like $30. I'm like, wait a minute. One pie and a drink is $30? Like, where they do that at? And then he just gave it to them. Like, my money gets given it to them. I hate, actually people ask that person for your money up front. Like, don't wait to the hotel, don't wait till you get to your destination. Ask for that money as soon as you see that person. So I'm getting the hotel. I'm like, so where's the money? Like, you know, it's half for the flight and it's half for the hotel. I skipped out on a part. So the hotel, right, we had to rebook. Tell me I had to rebook another hotel. I had to give him $800 on the spot. $800 on the spot for 3 nights because we were staying on the beach. Like, $800. Like, why am I paying these people $800 because we're not of age? I'm so livid. Like, I try not to show it on my face. Like, I try to have a big smile on my face, but inside I'm looking like, my money. I was so mad. Like, $800. Like, that's nothing to play with. Like, dang, like that's somebody's rent. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like we stayed there. I'm like, okay, cool. Alright, so back to the pizza. We ate, he barely ate the pizza. I took my nap or whatever. If you know, you know, like if you go to South Carolina, they give you like this coupon in the airport. And it's a booklet where you could go, you could see like cheap like helicopter rides, cheap boat rides. Like you could use that up, baby. You know, that's exactly what I did. So we did like some boat rides and like a helicopter ride. Oh my gosh, guys, the helicopter ride. This right here, I could have snatched somebody's nappy weave off their head. Okay, so I'm sitting there, right, with my boy. I'm standing there, right. My boyfriend and I at the time, you know, we booked we booked the little Uber to go there. That thing was like $20, and I'm like, okay, cool, like $20 for each of us, like that's dead cheap. So we go over there and we book it. Okay, so then we standing there, and as I'm standing there, I guess these 2 girls are staring at my man, and I'm like, okay, like I mean he's attractive, so I ain't gonna pay no mind. So I just let them stare at my man. But then when I'm walking to the helicopter, one of these hussies trying to touch my man and was like, excuse me, is that your girlfriend? And he's like, yeah. And then she's like, oh, where you from? She's trying to chop it up with him after he just told her, I'm his girl, I'm his woman. So he go there and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I visited New York. We're gonna be in New York next week. Who cares if you're gonna be in New York next week? So am I, with my man. So she's there, and he's like, okay, I gotta go. Like, the helicopter's waiting for us, and pics will be included. So yeah, like we having a good time or whatever. He tried not to ruin my time on the helicopter, so he didn't tell me right away. And so they went on before us, and then we went, and it was not fun. Then when we left, he told me what happened. I got so mad. I wanted to turn right back around and hurt one of them. But then I was just like, for what? Like, I'm in a whole other state. Like, I ain't trying to get arrested. And the second of all, I didn't see them. So I was like, okay, cool. Alright, so we go back to the hotel. It's mad hot out there. When I tell you it's hot, like, every part of your body is gonna sweat out there. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had to take 3 showers in one day every time I was out there. I was like, yo, it's like dumb hot out there. I'm going out there. We trying to look for things to do. We go to like Chick-fil-A and stuff like that. Arguments out there because we're like, oh, I don't know what to do, and then he's just getting mad at me like, no, you should know what to do. You're supposed to know what to do. I'm just like, what do you mean I'm supposed to know what I'm supposed to do? We're supposed to figure it out as a team. So I'm like, all right, like, you know what? Like, let's just make the best out of this trip. Like, let's not even try to argue and stuff like that. So we going out there, and he's trying to find souvenirs and stuff like that. I'm just like, okay, like, souvenirs for other people. It's like, but why? Like, they're not on our trip. It's us. So I'm like, you know, I'm not even gonna stress it. The amount of money spent out there was crazy. I had to call my bank at one point. I was crying on the inside because I was going broke. Like, I was going so broke out there. I was calling my bank. I was like, oh my gosh, I see they didn't take the charge off my card for the hotel. Like, what am I gonna do? They say, oh, you have to wait till another business day to get your money back. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need spending money out here. He doesn't have that much money. And he was like, what are we gonna do? I was just like, I swear I can play the most nonchalant person. You wouldn't even know I was stressing on the inside. But I said, oh, we're gonna be fine. Like, let's just go to a water park or whatever. I'm not even gonna panic. Like, I'm not even gonna show I'm panicking. Because I'm really panicking. I'm going broke out here. He keep having to swipe his mama's credit card because, you know, we need the Ubers, and he ain't had that much money. So I'm like, dang, like, water parks, we go into arcades, we eat. We're eating everything. Everything's a coupon, baby. Everything's coupon down. Like, I'm like, nah. Go to that booklet, go get that coupon. Like, nah, we not about to do this. Like, we getting the coupon because at the end of the day, in my mind, I can't afford this. So we go on the Ferris wheel, everything. It was mad lit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know, that was like the littest relationship I ever had in my life. But yeah, like, that trip was crazy. And then we went to this park, this amusement park. When I seen those girls that was there, those girls were there. I'm like, oh, I see those heifers over there. They was trying to talk to my man. And I guess he didn't notice it, but like, my attitude was like on an all-time high. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, what? This must be a small town out here. And then we go, like, I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm just trying to distract him, trying to make sure, like, he ain't looking. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If you gonna look, you gonna look. But if you with me, you better not be looking. We gonna have fun. I went on the roller coaster. I was screaming to the top of my lungs, like, we were going so high, I thought I was about to fly in the air or something. But this is when it takes a left turn. Okay, so after the amusement park, we're seeing them chicks or whatever, we go back to the hotel. I didn't realize I only booked for 2 nights. 2 nights? For $800? Like, are you kidding me? I mean, I see why it was $800. I don't see why it was $800. It wasn't worth $800 for 2 nights. Because they were sitting there, right? We're like, they just doing that because we're young, and it's spring, and it's summertime, and they know that they can get the money out you, and because the hotel's on the beach. So I didn't realize I only booked 2 nights for us, and we had 1 more night to stay. We had one more day to go. So he had to use his mother's credit card again for the next night, and that ended up being $400 extra out of his pocket. Mind you, he's probably spent like $200, $300 already on Ubers. So he had to spend another $400 on a room. I tell you, he was panicking. He was panicking. It was like, what? Like $400 now? Because you know you got to give a $200 deposit. So it's like, now you got to give $200 for the room. I'm like, yo, like, they like, oh, well, let's check if it's booked or not. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, we might have to sleep in a motel. We might have to sleep outside. Like, oh my gosh, like, it's hard to find a hotel when you're 20 years old. Okay? You're not grown at 20. You're not. So stop thinking that. Even though you are, but you're not, technically. The heck? So what we about to do? Stay for the next night, but Oh my gosh, like we were so tight. Like that's an extra. We basically wasted like $1,300 on like on hotels. Like what? That is insane. That is insane. Like y'all gotta do better. Like y'all gotta do better. Anyway, we had one more night. I'm like, you know what? Like let's just. It's not like we could drink or anything. Let's just have fun. Okay. A, too much money spent out there and wasted. B, the hotels, like I couldn't book them and I didn't know what I was doing. C, girls try to talk to my man. I mean, I get it, he's fine or whatever, but it's like, you can't be talking to my man Jeremy like that. And then D, the Ubers, like they weren't working on my phone, so he had to spend more money on top of that. He was just getting on my nerves, like agitating me and like ooh, like he would do things just to get on my underneath my skin. Stuff. We going to the airport. I'm like, oh damn, how much money I got left? Like I swear to God, I came out there with over $2,000. I came back with $60. No, not even 60. I came back with like $45. I was hoping that was enough money to get us something from breakfast in the airport. Because, you know, the airport is very expensive. So we go into the freaking... So we went to go get breakfast. I'm panicking yet again. I'm panicking. I'm like, yo, like, I hope I have enough for this breakfast. I hope he's not trying to order mad different plates. Because I can't afford all that. But I told you, I'm telling you right now, I never fold. I never show you I'm really stressing and I'm really like scared. Like, oh, I ain't gonna have enough. I'm never gonna show you that. Never under pressure. So anyways, we get the food, he ordering the lady being dumb rude. Like, she's like not even trying to wait us or nothing. And she's just like looking at us like, they're young, like I don't know, she think we wasn't gonna pay or something, but her attitude was 100 and it was crazy. So I gave her attitude back. She's like, oh, what do y'all want? And I'm just like, I want some pancakes or whatever. I didn't say it like that because I'm not rude, but I was like, I want pancakes. I gave her the attitude, she gave me right back. And then she straightened right up. I didn't give her a tip because I'm like, you know what? You was hella rude. You don't deserve my money, my tip. You a tip, alright? Be nice to the people next time. Don't be such a... Okay, so anyways, we get back on the flight. I had to go to work right after I get off the airplane. Like, it was that... I'm with my bags on my back having to go to work. So he go do what he want to do with his friends. I gotta go straight to work doing a 10-hour shift right after work. I'm like, dang, like I got jet lag. My feet all cramped up, my body all aching, I'm tired. I gotta go straight to work. I'm carrying my bag with my clothes in it. At work, I'm having to get dressed. I didn't even have my shoes. My sister had to bring my work shoes. But anyways, I made the best out of that day. The trip overall was fun. We went on helicopter rides. I'm gonna show you a few things. We went to arcades. I went like a yo-yo. I felt like a big kid. Like, we went to water parks. We was doing things. It was just the money and stuff that like really ruined my whole entire trip. But anyways, if y'all go on a vacation, make sure you got that cheddar and make sure your partner have that money up front. Don't wait till you get to the hotel because people gonna play with your money. People gonna play with your money and be like, oh, I'm gonna give it to you when I give it to you. No, give me my money right now. Stop playing with me. It wasn't like that when I had to book that trip and book that hotel and pay for that food. Give me my money. I had fun in almost the whole trip anyway. Give me my money. But anyways, this was my first vacation gone and completely wrong. I hope you guys really liked that video. Okay, bye!
If I call you my brother, then I mean that shit my brother. I'ma keep that in my heart and I don't switch up for another. I just hope you understand what I mean. Hustle and motivate, get up and chase your dreams. Niggas running through the back, so let them find that stash spot.